What's up, my people? I know a lot of you are probably making these incredible things, creating poetry. My thing, and I consider this composition, composing videos. My albino squirrel is kind of freaking me out. Hey buddy, I figured for my final product, I would use a video. Also, because I'm very open in my writing, my feelings seem to find their way from my brain, through my hand, through a pen,
and onto the paper.
All the time. But when it comes to standing up and talking, I become an emotionless wall.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. But
with no emotional availability. The very first thing is extending a very strong thank you to Sean and to Stephanie and to Nicole for even putting this together. Thank you for planning it every month, for hosting it, for keeping up with it, for putting up with me, and sometimes forgetting that things are due.
But I love you, and your value stays the same. You're still valuable.
The second thing worth mentioning is thank the rest of you for being here, for being part of it, for collaborating and sharing and being open to being vulnerable. So I'm sure that I've used a lot of that time just saying thank you. Someone's at my door. Oh, kids. So, realizations, growth. I tried really hard to outline that, prepare it, think about all of my thoughts, but I figured the best way to share my thoughts is through a poem. Here we go. A bird cascading through the opening in a summer tree. I'm not sharing a poem. Realizations. I think the biggest impact I've seen from this cohort has been its transfer into my classroom. The biggest impact from this has been on my students. To begin with, realization-wise, one of the first things that I realized that we talk about all the time, it's said all the time, Sean has said it over and over again, kids just need to write. Kids need to write. They need opportunities to write. They need opportunities to read. I have spent so much time, especially at my campus where we're so data-driven all the time, we spent so much time looking into TEAC 7.8c that we didn't focus on giving the kids the opportunities to just write and to do it over and over again and build their confidence and reflect and make new choices and new styles and new moves and whatever that might be. This year I did, and it was directly because of my time with you guys in the cohort. And here's the kicker, and I keep saying this, doing it ourselves. Their confidence as writers has grown. I have tons of feedback on my end of year feedback I get from them, from kids talking about, they feel so much more confident in their writing and they didn't realize that they really enjoyed poetry until now. And point being, my kids had been affected by it. I, as a teacher, my experience professionally, my own growth has been very similar. I approach my instruction differently now. We write about just about everything. We write every day. What? And if a question gets raised in class that's worth exploring, instead of just having a class conversation, and I'll say, all right guys, here was the question that was raised, take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, write about it, and then we'll discuss afterwards. But the point is they're using writing as formalized thinking. Instructionally speaking, that's been a big change for me. We're going through lots of different text forms, different modes of text, and that's a huge change for me. You guys have shared so many beautiful resources, and I have really appreciated that. I guess the last thing would be my experience in the cohort overall, and my first thought even bringing that topic up is I don't want it to end. I don't know if there's a plan to keep it going with the same people next year. Maybe there is, and I just don't. If we are, God, it would be so nice to continue it. For me, this year has been a little wild. It's been interesting. In the best ways, it's been wild. Even when I wasn't completely present at the cohort meetings, or maybe I wasn't present at all, I've enjoyed every second of it. It's meant a lot to me. This is where I start to get feely that I wouldn't do this in person. It's meant a lot to me personally. It's kept me sane in a year that's been by far the hardest year of any of my teaching years so far. And this has been a group of amazing individuals that has kept me sane, given me something to look forward to every chance that I can get. My favorite parts have been just getting with people, talking through ideas. Seeing other people's writing is so fun for me. It has forced me to be brave, I guess you could say, in ways that I haven't been before. I've always been a writer per se, kind of on my own, but it's never been communal. This group, I've gotten to do that. That's been really great. I don't know what else to say other than that. I know that now I need something like this. I think people need things like this. I really appreciate the community that we've put together. Kind of bummed that it's over for the year. Yeah, I'm sure I could talk about this for another 15 or 20 minutes. So there's my quick overview. Hopefully there'll be a time that we can all sit down and talk about it even more. Thank you all. This was a saving grace, for sure. This is my sappy moment. Thank God it was on the video and not in person, because I'm not as good at being emotionally available in person. It's been really, really great. You guys have been great. Thank you for everything.
I become an oceanless wall.